and welcome back to another episode of IGN Weekly. Today, we're going to take you on a tour of the 2007 Game Developers Conference held in downtown San Francisco, where we got a chance to check out Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, as well as meet up with our very own IGN editors to get their impressions on this year's show. So let's get it started. Give me a list of the coolest things that you saw at Sony here tonight.
Well, the thing that seems most immediately cool was the Little Big Planet. It's like, side-scrolling action or physics-based action, like user-created content, basically. It's all about what the users want to do.
And it's really cool because it's physics-based. You can stop the game at any time and change the dimensions of the stage, add new materials, add stickers, and the physics are really cool. Plus, it's multiplayer. I was really impressed with it. It looks like a Pixar cartoon.
Close behind it, though, is PlayStation Home, and the reason I didn't put that at the top of my list is about if the community doesn't use it, it won't be any good, but if the community adapts to it and everybody's using it, everybody's jumping in there, it could be awesome.
But it goes beyond just putting yourself in a game or walking around in a parade. Now you can actually take clans and put them in a big room and use whatever content you want from your memory card or hard drive, like a picture or videos, posters, whatever you want, and customize your apartment so your room actually reflects your personality or your clan. You can actually invite anybody on your friends list to come in your apartment and check it out, and you can communicate via quick text or a keyboard or voice. And what's really cool is you can actually leave that apartment and go do what's called the Hall of Fame, which is Sony's answer to sort of a new achievement system where you unlock special trophies related to the games you're playing, and that's actually really cool too.
There needs to be a draw for people to get in there and use it, and so long as you get the numbers in there and people are actually contributing to it and people are browsing around and looking at other people's stuff, then it's going to be really, really cool. That's the point of it, but they need to get the people in first, and if they can, then it's going to be awesome.
So how fast do you think people are going to abuse that option and turn it into one big cyber porn fest?
Within the first hour that it hits, yeah.
Probably. I'm on board.
Yeah, I'm already writing down exactly what I'm going to import into that thing, and I don't think we can talk about it here.
So tell me a little bit about Killzone. I know that's not exactly top of your list, but.
Well, it looks all right. It was sort of, it was introduced as sort of a tech demo, as like, we have this technology, here's some tools that we used, here, see how it looks. I would say it looks kind of close to what we saw in Black. So there's stuff blowing up everywhere. Anything you shoot, there's particles coming out everywhere. But we didn't really see a whole lot of gameplay. It's basically dudes and environments being shot. And it looks nowhere near as good as the CG that we saw at E3, a couple years ago.
Anything else that you noticed around the show floor here that really caught your eye?
Calling All Cars is here, David Jaffe's next game. That's really fun. That'll be out kind of soon. And then Warhawk's on display. That's always fun.
Warhawk looks great. We already did a big feature on it last week, and it still continues to look really fun. 32 players, online only. They still haven't said if you're going to be able to buy it in stores or download it. They haven't clarified that, but it's really smooth, and it's definitely kind of like Battlefield in the air. It's really fun. It's a lot smoother than it was before. There's a lot more effects going on. The number of players has increased quite a bit, and the ground combat is no longer the kind of throw-in sort of feature it was before. Now it's actually fully featured, and it's fun to play. It wasn't before.
It looks like it did before when we saw it, but it's totally changed now. It's multiplayer only, and it's super, super fun.
Anything else that stuck out in your mind tonight?
Honestly, how aggressive Sony is being for GDC. They're really kind of pushing the idea of we're listening to you. They added the achievement system. They're adding community-based stuff. They're really kind of saying that, we had a few ups and downs in the beginning, and now we're trying to get beyond them.
I'm here with EIC of our Nintendo channel, Matt Casamassina. Matt, give me a rundown of what we just saw from Nintendo's keynote.
It was about 3 hours of Miyamoto talking about his garden, and 2 minutes of Super Mario Galaxy, which was amazing.
Very different from PS3's keynote, where, Phil Harrison went up and basically revealed a ton of stuff.
This was really kind of meant for developers, and Miyamoto talked about, his philosophies for game development.
Miyamoto's been a major player in Nintendo and in gaming, for the last 2 decades, so it was really cool to kind of hear like a synopsis of where he comes from the design perspective and kind of like the evolution of game design over the last few years.
He referenced his whole game design history as well, going all the way back to Famicom back in the day, and sort of citing examples that he had like a face creator all the way back then, and through tenacity he kept bringing it back every decade, every generation of consoles, and now we finally have it as the Mii creator, so that's kind of cool.
I was a little bit bored, I gotta be honest with you, up until they showed Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh, it's because you suck. No, I'm just kidding.
Can you give me a little bit more details on Galaxy other than it was amazing?
It was amazing.
It's Game Developers Conference, so
I'm gonna kick your ass.
that's cool. That's all right. Take a swing. Let's do it.
You know, it showed more of what we've seen at E3, but we got just more of everything.
It still has this kind of like weird demo look, and I'm gonna get crucified for saying that.
Mario's going to be going through now a lava world and underwater world. He's using more physics-based puzzles to get around. He's flying through kind of like scripted areas where, you know, he's going kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog style through outer space. And it just looked all around really fun. There were some crazy, cool puzzles going on as well, where you'd like hit an apple cork, and this caterpillar would come flying out of the planet, and then Mario could run across that. It all just looked, you know, classically kind of Nintendo style.
I still want to see more depth into the game. A lot of what I'm seeing is kind of linear. It's very conceptual, and I want to see kind of where the game develops into. But at the same time, it looks like a ton of fun. I mean, an amazing Wii game.
Give me the one thing that just really stood out in regards to the keynote for you personally.
Well, Super Mario Galaxy footage for sure, but you know that's a shoo-in.
I was amazed that Phil Harrison actually can smile. I was sitting right next to the guy, and he looked like he was having a good time.
But beyond that, I like the way he sort of used his wife as, you know, made reference to the wife-a-meter a lot, and said, you know, he looks to her for casual gamers, and he kind of gauges her reaction to everything. And he said, you know, over the years it's been going up and up and up, and now with Wii especially, you know, she's really kind of become almost a hardcore gamer.
I don't know, it seems like, you know, Nintendo's really driving home the point that they're separating themselves from the other consoles. So everyone's having a good time. It's great.
It's nice when you have these wars, because that way you get the best of everything.
Hell yeah, everybody hugs, and in the end, it's okay.
Well, thanks so much for talking with us, and I will see you on the show floor.
All right. Thank you very much.
Our tour of GDC has brought us to the Campton Place Hotel in downtown San Francisco to check out Microsoft's Games for Windows and 360 lineup. Our editors got a chance to sit in and chat with some of the developers of your favorite games. Let's check in with them now and see what they have to say.